Hi everybody, coming to you on Wednesday, April 23rd on this very beautiful sunny day, beautiful temperature. The reason I'm inside is because I decided I would work on a vlog today that I've been meaning to make, and because I can't really do much else because of this. Yeah, so today's Wednesday. Yesterday, which was Tuesday, I got up and in my nightgown, I put a little windbreaker jacket over the top of it. And I went down to my barn to feed my horses. I always give them grain that's soaked. I made the 3 buckets, 1 for the minis they share, and then 2 for the boys. And my horses all are free to walk in and out. And even the 2 box stalls with the 2 big boys, they have a door at the front that they can walk in between them. And then there's 2 doors out the back, so they can walk in and out, as you've seen in the videos. And Eddie is the boss, of course. And what he likes to do, he eats so fast, is when he's done, he likes to try to sneak over and get Max's grain. He tries it all the time. So I was just in the back in those open doors with a pitchfork rake, just picking up, cleaning up right there, because Eddie likes to go there, waiting for them to finish the last bits of it. And I see Eddie finish, and he starts walking across the doorway between him and Max in the front, and I step into Max's stall a foot or so to scare him back out, thinking he would just back out, but he was already far enough in that he didn't want to back out. And I think he was also trying to run in there and trying to sneak a bite, so he went in, and Max turned, and I knew then what was going to happen. I could see it all. I made the stupid quintessential rookie mistake, something that I warn everybody about who's ever going to come and help me with their horses and be out there with them when they're loose, is never put yourself in the path of escape between the door, their escape route, and them, because they have that pecking order and they're much more afraid of each other, one getting after the other, than they are of you. So Max turned and to get away from Eddie, he ran out the door. I turned, tried to get out ahead of him, and we both went out the door at the same time. Rocky! It all happened so fast, I don't quite remember exactly what happened. I just knew I banged my wrist somehow and had the rake in my hand and also got the thumb, and then I went flying through the air and landed on my back in the dirt. Yeah. Fortunately, didn't hit anything else, but when I got up, I just thought, oh my God, I've just broken my hand. Hold on a second, I gotta let this dog out. It's so beautiful, I'm just gonna leave the door open. Anyway, excruciating pain. I saw stars, I started to feel a little nauseous. I got a little lightheaded as I was walking back up to the house. And just started icing right away. Just so mad at myself. Besides all the horrible pain, I was so mad at myself. And I iced it all day yesterday. I wrapped it right away with an ace bandage, and I have this as well. And I took extra strength Tylenol every 6 hours. And I really thought I was going to have trouble sleeping. I expected it to get really bad at night and then be worse even today. But surprisingly, I slept through the night. Actually, Shadow got me up at one point to go out. I slept through the night, and this morning my hand was slightly better. So that gave me hope. So anyway, but obviously didn't know what's going on in here. So Rose, she texted me to say, how are you doing? And I said, well, I think I really probably should go. I'm worried I might have broken it. So she picked me up and took me to an urgent care. And she also had an appointment because she woke up with a sore throat. So I have a few clips of that.
You better turn that thing off of me.
It's too funny not to do it.
Wave.
We just took the x-rays. You see my ace bandage and the wound where I smacked it really hard, but just waiting to hear now. I looked at the pictures, you don't see any obvious breaks, so I'm just praying it's not broken anywhere. So the good news is it's not broken as far as with the x-ray that we could see. I looked at the x-rays and nothing looked broken to me, and they're sending it off to the more expert doctors to look at as well, but it seems to be more indicative of just soft tissue damage. So, not to say that it hasn't sidelined me for a while. Oh, here we are, it's spring, and I want to ride, and I want to build, and I want to do all these projects, and I can't. So there are things I can do, obviously, but not a lot of things I want to do. I just hope it heals, quickly, which I'm hopeful it might. Anyway. Okay, so that's that. Anyway, back to the subject, the actual real subject of this vlog that I've been meaning to make for some time now is about Mozart, because every now and then people are saying, oh, how's Mozart doing? And you're probably wondering why I haven't seen him in any vlogs for a while. Well, the reason is simple. Last summer, about midway through the summer, when I had him outside, I think Mozart finally decided, as I had a feeling that he would, that it was time to spread his wings and go. I always knew from this time I started just taking him out, letting him be free, that was probably eventually going to happen. And I think I'm happy that he did it, because, better, what do they say, better one day of freedom than a lifetime in a cage. And even though he was out of his cage all the time, I was doing my best to take care of him. It's not the way he was meant to live. And what I had noticed is that he just didn't seem as happy in his cage. Every single time I'd come into the kitchen and turn the water on, he'd just start talking and singing and just happy as could be. And then a few weeks before he left, he just seemed not as happy. He wasn't singing as much. And the truth is, he was over a year old at this point, and he basically had reached maturity. And I'm sure his hormones and his instincts were telling him, there's more to life. There's something I'm meant to be doing. And I think he was, they're not meant to be solitary, these birds, and alone. And they're not meant to be in a cage, so yeah. And it was different this time, because in the past, when he's taken these flights and gone and we didn't find him for a little while, he was always circling and eventually just be up in a tree, somewhere near the house, and come back to me. But this time, and there wasn't even any test flights. Like, I'd had him out there for a little while, and he was just sitting on my leg on that bench where I always sat in front, and then he just went, and he went straight as an arrow. I can still see it, just straight, no up and around or circle or anything. Just went, and he was gone. And I called for him, for like 2 days to make sure that he wasn't, somewhere near and just waiting for me to come out and get him. And no sign of him ever. So it was time, And was I sad? Sure, I missed him for a while, because he was funny and, you get attached to things. But as I say, overall, I'm pretty happy that he did this, because I think it was meant to be. He could feed himself. He knew how to feed himself well. There's plenty of water around here, and there are flocks of starlings. There's a huge flock that lives around here. Now, would he join it? Who knows? Chances of that, you don't know. But I knew that at least it was midsummer. He had a long period of, kind weather, so he could adapt to whatever life he was going to have out there. So, anyway, that's the story of my bird, Mozart. So it's a little montage, starting with when I found him. said I didn't want a bird. I have a bird. Yeah, no. A stinker. You know you're not supposed to do that. What? That's mine. Not yours. Not yours. Oh, yeah. Talking back to me? Are you talking back? That's mine. No, no. Mozart, no, not up there. He's doing my shoulder. Get off my head! Not in the sun where it's warm. Oh. No, I don't want you up there. Naughty. Naughty bird. Oh, why do you always want to be up there? I need to leave my coffee alone. Oh. Doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I thought now is the time to make this because we're getting close. They're building their nest down in my barn again, and chances of me ending up with some more baby birds is always high. So, anyway, that's the story. I hope you're all okay with it. I hope you're happy for him as I am. I hope you've enjoyed knowing him, seeing him, and he will always live forever here on my YouTube channel. So, Mozart, here's to you, bud. Fly free, fly far. The funny thing is, it actually feels kind of good. Bird therapy. Come here, you stinker.